Most new managers think they can wait until things get really bad before stepping in with feedback. But by then, the habits are locked in and way harder to change. I've seen smart, talented people drift years off track simply because no one spoke up. Here's the surprising truth. Feedback works like compound interest. The earlier you give it, the faster people grow. Way too long, and those small mistakes turn into hard-to-break habits. So in this video, I will show you why early feedback is so powerful and what it really means, and some practical tips you can use to give it in a way that builds trust and accelerates growth. So first of all, the importance of feedback. So why is feedback such a big deal? Well, imagine this scenario. You've got a new coder on your team named Max, but his work isn't quite hitting the mark. And you're worried about hurting his feelings, so you hold back on giving feedback, hoping he'll improve on his own. But as time goes on, Max's performance starts causing delays and affecting the whole project. And when you finally talk to Max about it, he's totally caught off guard because he has no idea there were any issues. Sounds familiar? It's much harder to change someone's behavior after they've been doing it for years and years and years, right? Alright, let's look at also from a different perspective. So let's take a look at this graph. It's showing us Max's entire career journey from his first day on the job all the way to retirement. Now here's the interesting part. See those two lines? They're telling us a pretty important story about feedback, right? So the bottom line, that is what happens when Max doesn't get much feedback. Sure, he improves over time, but it's slow going. Now check out that top line. That's when Max is getting frequent feedback, and notice how it shoots up much higher. What this is telling us is that when we give people feedback regularly, early in their careers, it can make a huge difference in the long run. It's like compound interest, right? It's compounding interest for your skills in this case. The earlier start, the bigger the payoff down the road. So, next time that you are hesitating about giving feedback to any team member, remember this graph. A little guidance early on could be a difference between good performance and great performance later on. So this situation shows us clearly it is good to give feedback early and often. It's not just a nice to have, it is a must have for any manager who wants to boost their team's performance and productivity, support their team's professional development and career growth, increase job satisfaction, keep top talent around, and build a culture of open communication and constant improvement. Now, I know giving feedback can be intimidating, right? Especially when you're new to management or dealing with more experienced team members. It's normal to worry about rocking the boat or damaging relationships. But here's the thing. Providing constructive feedback is a key part of your job as a manager. It's not about flexing your authority, it's about creating an environment where everyone can learn, grow, and do their best. So, what exactly do we then mean with feedback? So in a nutshell, it's all about communicating how well somebody is doing compared to what's expected of them. So again, it's a two-way conversation that helps you and your team member to get on the same page about goals and expectations, to celebrate wins and successes, because it doesn't always have to be negative, right? Addressing problems and challenges, and find ways to improve and level up. So that is what we mean with feedback and the benefits of feedback. So let's give you 6 tips to keep in mind when giving feedback. So as mentioned before, giving feedback requires a thoughtful approach to ensure it's both effective and received in a constructive manner. So here are 6 practical tips to keep in mind when you are giving feedback. And the first one is do your homework. No, you're not back in school, but before you dive into giving you feedback, take a moment to think about why you're doing it, what you want to say, and what you hope to achieve. Having a clear understanding of your intentions will help you stay focused and make the conversation more meaningful. Then number 2 is keep it personal. Whenever possible, give feedback face to face. It shows that you value the person and the message you're delivering. Plus, it allows you to pick up non-verbal cues and address any concerns with empathy. Find a quiet spot. So choose a private setting for your feedback session. It could be a conference room or any other neutral location that allows for an open and honest conversation without distractions or worries about others overhearing. Then, number 4, set the stage. So begin the conversation by explaining why you're giving feedback and how it fits into the bigger picture. This helps the person to understand the importance of the feedback and how it relates to their professional growth and the team's goals. And later we will talk more about the specific feedback technique, right? Then number 5. Stick to the facts. So use notes to help you stay on track and focus on specific behaviors, actions, and outcomes. Base your feedback on what you've observed, not on assumptions about the person's motives or personality. This keeps the feedback actionable and objective. And number 6, what you want to do is you want to look ahead. So after sharing your feedback, have a discussion about potential solutions and next steps. This shows that you are invested in the person's development and that the feedback is part of an ongoing process to help them improve and succeed. Thanks for watching. You are taking real steps towards becoming a stronger, more effective leader. So, what did you find most helpful today? Drop it in the comments if you'd like to share. And want to go further? Check out my full courses for step-by-step lessons on becoming a better manager. And don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss a new video. See you in the next one.